34 minutes, 25 seconds. A ticking time bomb. It acts as a countdown timer for me to save myself from an attack. What kind of attack? I'll have to come to that a bit later in order to keep this suspense bubbling. 3, 4, 2, 5. My mind instantly registered this like a password. Wait, hang on, it's not my PIN code though, so it's worthless trying. It definitely became my daily chant nonetheless. The story behind this 3425 is yet to be shared, but I can say this much for now, that it acted as a catalyst for me to attain my one true epiphany, that I am a survivor, and I am the one I should love. As a person, I do not shy away from feeling or sharing emotions. I share my emotions in forms of stories that are generated directly from my mind. I love a stage, and I live to tell stories. Now, this yearning of telling stories became so strong that I chose to be an academic even after I graduated from a field of law. I needed to be an academic in order to always have an audience to myself, my students in this case, to whom I pledged my outright commitment that I would steer them in a right direction as I believed fit. Till date, my students occupy a major chunk of my heart, and they will do so now and forever. I incorporated this method of storytelling in my lessons as well, only to find out that it not only benefited my students, but me as an educator as well. I have taught the Bachelor of Laws program in London College of Legal Studies, Dhaka, for about 6.5 years. Then I took myself to Segi College in Kuching, Malaysia, where I taught the degree for about 3 years. Having taught for that long a time, I truly felt, everyone, that I was reaching a burnout. And I didn't wish to do that. I didn't wish to get burned. So I decided to take a step back. When I took a step back, I felt that I wanted my mind to tell me what to do and my heart to guide me to it. I wanted to be a storyteller. I wanted to be someone who would be able to tell stories and write them too. And I'm happy to announce, everyone, that my debut novel, Aries: The Beginning, is set to come out this December, right before the Dhaka Literary Fest, which is going to be held in January 2023. Aries was conceived in my mind long time back as a story, but I started giving it shape during the pandemic. So we can call Aries a pandemic child. Putting this story to life was no easy task because it contains all my emotions in a fictional sense. Truth be told, my story of Aries is connected back to my chant of 3, 4, 2, 5. I'll tell you just in a while why 3, 4, 2, 5 matters to me the most. Now, when Aries started taking shape, I started believing in my dreams, believing in a hero and an anti-hero. Because we all have a hero and an anti-hero. So if you ask who my favorite hero is, I'd say it is my mind. My mind is my real superhero. I do not say it out of the blues, everyone. I say so because whenever my inner demons wake, my mind slays. My mind then is a demon slayer too. All Demon Slayer fans, I'm a big fan, by the way. Tanjiro, go get them, right? And Nezuko, fight away. All right, so if there are demons, we know there has to be angels. If there is a vice, there will be a virtue. If there's a beginning, there has to be an end. And if there's darkness, there shall be light. Thank you. So this is how my story went. In my real life, the same thing is depicted. I have a hero and an anti-hero. I will introduce you first to my anti-hero. I was diagnosed with this condition called anaphylaxis at a beautiful age of 18, where restrictions start to unshackle, but mine coiled up through my entire body. Anaphylaxis is a life-threatening allergic reaction, and it really compromises your immunity. I'll share what it was like to tread through the very first episode of anaphylaxis. Back then, when we were kids and teenagers, we would go out for a hearty meal together as family during weekends. However, during one such weekend, I couldn't join my family because I was down with a fever. I was nursing a cold. My sister was watching over me. We insisted my parents and brother to carry on with the tradition and not stay back, but bring us our food back, of course. As I munched through my regular favorites, I felt my eyes watering up. I rubbed them, only open to a blurred vision. My sister asked, "Are you okay?" Or that is what I heard. I couldn't hear too. There was a constant buzzing in my hearing, and then I was suddenly pushed into a state of confusion. My sister rushed out of the room to call my mother because she understood something was off. Within seconds, my state of confusion switched to a state of panic. Why? Because I couldn't breathe. My airways were starting to getting clogged up. I struggled to breathe, and in my heart at that time I knew that this was not a singular episode, not a one-off event, and it was going to stay with me. I wasn't being pessimistic, I wasn't being negative. There was just this niggling thought about its persistence. I was rushed immediately to the nearest hospital at the emergency and accidents section, where I needed immediate medical attention, immediate life-saving medication. Pipes everywhere, injections being jabbed, the whole room filling up with pure chaos, and there were these excruciating abdominal cramps. I couldn't even ask my doctors to help. Why? Because I couldn't speak. My clogged airways were the reason. Now meet my anti-hero anaphylaxis. Wouldn't you say it made one smasher entry, that too inside my body? And till date, it is living rent-free. During that year, the ENA, the Emergency and Accidents Department, became my second home. Because it was a daily ordeal for me, a sad predicament. Whatever I ate, whatever I drank, gave me reactions. With every episode, it chewed a bit of me. It chewed a part of my esteem, a part of my strength. I wasn't getting any help, so my doctor suggested that I fly out overseas to Thailand for getting a proper examination in order for me to understand my condition better. There even, I was diagnosed to be anaphylactic to some allergens, which were known and some which were unknown. So you see, they can be real sneaky little fools. Stress was and is still a trigger till date. And there were given many instructions and restrictions for me to follow. I had to carry a medical bracelet at all times, which contained instructions to be followed upon emergence of a reaction. I was also given an EpiPen where I would have to jab myself with it upon show of such a reaction. There were just too many instructions and too many restrictions to follow. Don't go here, don't go there, where you're going, is a hospital nearby, is your EpiPen there? I just didn't like it. There was so much drama that even OTT platforms like Netflix or Amazon Prime would like to play it. Was I proud of it? No. Did I want to be free of it? Big yes. Till date, I'm not free, but my mind is. I thought, if not physically possible, mentally, to say the least, it should be possible. My mind was free to brew thoughts that knew of no limits. And that is what my mind started doing exactly. I found about my limitless mind during a very serious anaphylactic episode. I was in Singapore visiting my cousin, and right after a meal, a reaction started taking place. I thought I had managed to avoid all my known allergens, but like I said, they can be real sneaky little fools. I was rushed to the hospital again. My medics, my doctor said, for you to be taken over by this anaphylactic condition would require 34 minutes. A sweet little cute nurse beside him said, 34 minutes, 25 seconds to be exact, sir. That's it. My mind instantly swallowed it in a jiffy. My life was dictated by this time, 3425. Whenever a reaction would happen, this is the time frame I get. Otherwise, I would go to heaven or either hell. This was something that held me back. Lying down on the ENA bed, my mind kept on doing 3425, 3425, but pipes everywhere, struggling to breathe, feeling every ounce of pain. I tried to distract myself. I wanted my mind to just unshackle itself from the chains of 3425 and brew thoughts which knew of no limits, which I mentioned earlier as well. In that groggy state of mind, weirdly enough, a scene from the movie Gladiator came into my mind, where Russell Crowe delivers this iconic dialogue. What we do in life echoes in eternity. I did not want the beep, beep, beep sounds of the hospital to echo in my eternity. I wanted my stories of survival to echo in my eternity. I gave into my imagination, like what if I had abilities to self-heal like Wolverine? What if I had abilities to heal others like an empath? Or what if I had the capability to crush this demon called anaphylaxis? I felt powerful, I felt liberated. The thoughts gave me the will to fight. I started imagining it like that. With every episode, I created a hero in my mind. And the heroes had scars, who bore those scars and came out as victors at the end. I urged my mind to push out one inner light because I firmly believe, given my condition, that we're all born with an inner light. I wanted my mind to push and ignite my inner light so that I could outshine my fears, my demons, my weaknesses, and my darkness. Slowly, I started penning down about the heroes, because I was not hiding behind them. I was being the hero myself. My immunity may have been compromised, my mind. Just recently, I had a major life-changing surgery as well. Thanks to my immunity, I have tumors inside my body. Those tumors, when they were removed, gave me a lot of physical scars, which I proudly wear, because it is for those scars that I'm stronger and I'm able to fight longer. So do not worry if you have scars. Now I'm ready because I have assembled my Avengers, my heroes, in the form of characters, because my novel is out there to be embraced by you. If they've given me hope, my characters will give you hope too. So before I end my speech and I leave this stage, I want you to help me out a bit by chasing away some of my demons. I need you all to do a chant with me. Can we do that? Yes. We want to do a chant with the beat, beat, snap. Can you do it with me? Beat, beat, snap. Beat, beat, snap. Beat, beat, snap. My demons came crashing down like rain. I knew it was the last of them and last of my pain. I welcomed the downpour with a leash in my hand. I'd no longer be hunted, watch them flee from my land. I'd no longer be hunted, watch them flee from my land. Run, human, run, they roared to hunt me down. I waited in silence with my knife and my hound. Enough, I say, for this suffering must stop. I'll swallow my demons and let the damn mic drop. Thank you.